For a very long time, I wanted to build this habit of getting up early in the morning, say 4:30 or 5 o'clock, and after that, go to gym and start the day early and feel good about it. Now, even though I had the intention, I tried for years and years, probably for decades. I tried during my school days, during my college days, after college, while working. And the funny thing was, every time I have the right intention, I want to do it. But let's say I try to get up at 5 a.m. and I do it on one day, and then maybe on day one, maybe like 2 days, 3 days. But invariably after a couple of days, I just go back to being the same person. I think the longest I tried was almost a month, maybe 3 weeks or so, and then again it stopped. Now I wonder if this has happened to you. You want to develop some habit. Could be eating healthy, could be studying for 2 hours after dinner, could be learning a new skill, learning how to play guitar, learning how to program, it could be anything. And you try and somehow you have the desire, but just doesn't work out. You try once, you try twice, and it ends up failing. And finally, in my case at least, you have this question: can I even change my habits? And very often the rationalization that you have is, at least I would say, I'm not a morning person, or I don't like going to gym. And that is how, so we kind of decide that, I'm not this kind of person, I cannot do it. And the question is, in practice, not in theory, in practice, can we actually change our habits, and can we actually build these habits? So I'll share my experience. About 2 years back, right? About 2 years back, I decided that, that I wanted to actually somehow make this getting up at 4:30 or 5 a.m. morning, I wanted to make it a daily habit. And this time I did something different. Instead of focusing on getting up early, right? I thought about it differently. I asked myself the question, I think it was about 2 years back, what kind of person do I want to be? And my thought was, my brain said, look, I want to be the kind of person who has an iron will, discipline, and whatever I decide to do it, I can do those things mechanically. Right? This is the kind of, so to say, almost like it was a vision in my head. It was a dream that, okay, this is the kind of person I'm visualizing, and this is the kind of person I want to be. That desire was very strong. And then once I got that, next day morning when I have to get up at 4:30 or 4:45, I still feel as groggy, you still feel it's difficult, right? But then you ask yourself the question, like, if that is the kind of person I want to be, if I want to be a person with iron will and discipline, right, what would that person do? So you realize that, okay, come on, now get out of the bed and start going. Not because you have huge motivation, not because you feel like, okay, I want to go and run now. You actually don't, but you want to be like the person that you have imagined. And that is actually surprisingly a very, very powerful thing. So instead of, trying to just aim for, okay, let me achieve this, right? This is a difference. Okay, I'll repeat this. Instead of trying to do something, try to be like something that you want to be. And I'll tell you why it makes a big difference. Let us say you just want to get up in the morning. Today I decide, okay, so a lot of people, as an example, they want to go to gym. So come 31st December, people have these new resolutions and they take gym membership, and you'll see them for 2 days, for 3 days, and come first week of February, the gym is again empty. Everybody is gone. Why is that? Because when we make those resolutions, we have, at that point, we have the enthusiasm. We say, yeah, I can do it, right? But after 2 days, after 5 days, 10 days, that enthusiasm is gone. Now there is nothing to propel you forward. But when you feel that, no, I want to be a different person, this is the kind of person I want to be, that kind of gives you a push every single time. And then whenever you have to take a decision, whether you should get up early, should you eat this, should you study this, should I go and watch a movie, you ask yourself, like, this is the kind of person I want to be, what would that person do? And then you take a small step, you take one step, take the next step, and what happens with that? So let's say if you get up early on one day, second day, third day, 10 days, 15 days, 20 days, one is your mind and body get used to it, but something much more powerful happens. What is that? You start believing that, yeah, this is the kind of person I am, not just I want to be, I am that kind of guy. So after 2 months, if somebody asks you, hey, what's your morning habit? What do you say? You'll say, you know what, I like getting up early. I get up at 4:30 in the morning and I do this. Once you have that belief, trust me, that belief is very, very, very powerful. It will sustain you through any number of ups and downs. In fact, I have been able to, now I can get up at will in the morning if I want to get up at 3:30. I know it's hard, I'm not saying it's easy, but I know I can do that because I have that belief that, okay, I want to think of myself, and I think of myself actually as a person who has that kind of will and discipline. Now, this is not just about getting up early, that's just an example. It could be about building any habit. So the answer, so if you're trying to change your habit, here's what I have to say. Do not think about just, let me somehow do this activity. No, don't do something. Be a different kind of person. Be the kind of person that you want to be. Imagine that you are that person. It won't happen just by, I'm not saying just sit and fantasize and just imagine. No, you visualize what you want to be, and then take a small step, just a small step. Right? Okay, one step, second step, third step. As you take those steps, your belief will become stronger and real. Then you feel, yeah, I don't smoke. I'm not a smoker. I don't like junk food. Right? Or I love to, after dinner, I love to study for 2 hours. I like to study till 11 o'clock. I like to invest time in learning new skills. Now, this is something that I did about 2 years back, and I really found this working. And very, very interestingly, I found that now there are very interesting books. There are very well-known authors who have actually articulated this whole concept very beautifully, much better than I could have done. And I'm very, very happy to see these things now out in literature. So I would strongly urge you, if you want to build a habit, right, and if you're finding yourself like struggling and giving up again and again and again, you can win. You can win not just by saying, oh, I can do it, not that kind of just fake slogan shouting in your head, but you can do it by trying to be a different kind of person and take small steps, one small step, next small step, and over time you will become that person. Trust me on that. So I'd love to hear your experiences, and thank you very much, and I hope to see you soon. Thank you.